What's up, everyone? It's Jake and Kevin in the booth tonight for our 4 rounds of Modern FNM here at Impact Gaming Center. We got a spicy one for you here tonight. We got Micah on 12 ball.
I have
And
never heard of that deck.
This is a 100% Micah creation. And then on the other side of the table, we got Jake on creativity. I looked at his deck really quick. Seems like it's pretty stock, good old 5-color bring back or put into play Archons of creativity. But
It hasn't been around though. Like I haven't seen creativity in a very long time.
we have not. But first, before we get started, if you are watching on Twitch, make sure you follow the channel and subscribe. If you haven't used your free Amazon Prime, give us some of those Bezos bucks. If you are watching on the YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Put in the comments, what are you playing for Modern RCQ season? The season just started. We missed a few weeks here in St. Louis, but what are you playing? And then finally, if you liked any of the cards you watched today in the match, you can probably pick them up at impactgamingcenter.gg. Anyways, Kevin, let's get down to it.
All right, so let's talk about this.
12 ball.
Yeah. So the whole idea he sent me his deck list is a lot of ball lightnings, a lot of lightning skelementals, and it looks like with Monstrous Vortex, you just kind of discover nonstop.
Yeah, let's pull up Monstrous Vortex so everyone can understand what that is.
Yeah, it's definitely not a card that I knew existed until tonight.
I am fairly certain I've seen this card before. I have no idea what it does. You want to type it in? I don't think I.
Yeah, you got it. Did you mean? Yeah.
Oh, it gives you a suggestion. And I'm going to pull up the scry files for everyone to see.
So it looks like Jake just started off with a commercial district, and Micah copied him pretty much. If it's good, why not do it twice?
Why is it not pulling up the scryfall image? Anyways, Monstrous Vortex is a 4-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, discover X, where X is that spell's mana value. So you pretty much just play this 4-mana enchantment, and you just cascade into all the ball lightnings. That's like the idea of this deck. Seems pretty sick. I am excited to see what Mike is going to do.
I hope he's able to do it so we can actually see it on screen, because sometimes we get these really creative decks and then
they just putter out and don't do anything versus the absolutely, what would you call it, like hyper efficient modern decks that we have. So let's see I think we got Jake with a Fetcheroonie right now.
Yeah, I think he's trying to figure out what lane he wants to put on the battlefield to get creativity set up in a few turns. For people who don't know what creativity is, it's a 4-mana kind of target artifact or creature, I believe it is.
Yep.
And then you get rid of that, and then you just look at the top card of your library until you find a creature. And so the whole idea,
you cascade into a creature. Honestly, that's like it's a card that was originally printed in Aether Revolt that did almost nothing for many, many years, and then Archon of Cruelty got printed into Modern.
Very good.
And kind of made the deck. It's really focused around Dwarven Mine, which is a random land from Wilds of Eldraine that says if you control 3 or more mountains when it enters, you make a 1/1 dwarf. But
then with Bitter Reunion, you can
Bitter Reunion is like a tormenting voice where you discard a card, draw 2. So Jake's going to start putting cards in the graveyard. I believe most of these decks kind of play Persist and such.
Yeah, I was about to ask if you saw if any Persist in his list whenever you look through it.
I did not, but most of the time, if they're playing the Bitter Reunion, they're going to be playing some amount of Persist.
Yeah, because as good as creativity can be, it can also be very easy to stop.
Yes.
Any Blood Moon effect actually stops it. People don't realize that.
Fun fact, the Dwarven Mine actually says if it enters the battlefield untapped.
Yes.
Which, if you have cards like Archon of Emeria or the effects like the land hate effects that make your opponents non-basics and are tapped, Dwarven Mine actually doesn't trigger. A little Death and Taxes tip there for any of you Death and Taxes aficionados. Actually might matter. Green White Company is a pretty popular, no, I say pretty popular, but like
that's not popular.
Kind of popular in Pioneer, and there are creativity decks still in that format that are showing a lot of play. I think creativity does have a chance of making a return if it can find a way to deal with Boros, because a lot of times you're going to be a little too slow to keep up with the Boros decks. But there's one of the balls for Micah. I think, which one's that?
If it's the red-black one.
It's the green, the mono green one.
Oh, is that not Noxious Revival?
No, that's one of the many balls in this deck.
Oh.
Micah's going to play Beanstalk Giant. He's going to ramp.
Groundbreaker is what it's called.
Groundbreaker. It's it's what, Future Sight or whatever, time shifted ball lightning.
It's just a 6/1 for 3 green, trample haste. Sacrifice that at the end
Yep.
of the turn.
It's I'm pretty sure it's from Future Sight. I have no idea.
Mm.
I pull up on Scryfall, but Scryfall's not working for us right now. I'll have to ask about Alex that between rounds.
So do you know like what happened? Did he surveil the ball into the graveyard?
I believe so.
Okay.
I imagine Micah. I mean, I didn't see any. The only non-creature spells in his deck were the monstrous vortex, right?
Maybe. I'd have to double check.
Minor
but-
chaos, close enough though. Thank you. I would not say that I am that era of Magic knowledgeable person. But here's the good old fable of the Mirror Breaker for Jake. Going to make that Goblin Shaman a token that for a long time was more expensive than a Tarmogoyf.
That's impressive.
It's like a $12 token, and the cheapest Goyf you can buy is like, it was at that point $8. Goyf has kind of gone up a little bit, I think, due to actually commander play, to being more around like the $12 to $15. But naming Elemental in the Cavern of Souls.
You don't hear that very often. What Jake is missing in his hand right now.
Oh, there it is.
There's the monstrous vortex we were talking about.
I think we just leave this up here on the monitor then here so we don't forget the name of this card. But I think the scary thing about this card, about Jake's hand right now, he's got a Teferi
Time
Time Raveler in it. And so this enchantment's probably just going right back to Micah's hand. I can't imagine Jake sees this and goes, well, he's got to be doing something fair with that.
You got to bounce it.
Yeah.
But also Jake is about to get 2 tokens if he wants to create a Dwarven Mine here, and then all he's looking for is creativity at this point.
Yeah.
And then he'll be good to go. I don't know.
When I mean, Micah can still win. He's just gotta hit the a ball lightning, I guess. I mean, because I think this deck, once it goes off, it can't fail, right?
I'm not
For the most
sure.
part. Discover when you cast a creature, will discover
'Cause
X
it's the
that spells a mana value.
CMC
I
or mana
think
value. So you can't go ball into ball, can you?
yes, you can.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Because every ball is like a 5 or 6 power card. I think the only way you stop is when you hit another monstrous vortex.
Okay. But it says discover X, where X is the mana value, not the power.
Never cast a creature spell with power 5 or discover X.
So you can go ball into ball into ball into ball nonstop.
Exile a card from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with that mana value or less. So you discover 3.
Yeah, and then so all the balls are
3
at
mana.
least 3. Yeah, so you can put them all out on the same. So all Micah
Oh.
needs is just one skelemental, lightning ball, whatever the green ball is.
Well, it says exile
then you can
cards
just
from
put 'em all
top
on
of
the
your library
battlefield.
until you exile a non-land card with mana value or less. Oh my god, this is gonna be weird.
So it just seems like monstrous vortex plus any of the balls, and then he just goes off and kills you.
Which I don't think the Archon of Cruelty is going to do a whole lot of that against a lot of balls.
Yeah, but here's Teferi, probably going to bounce the vortex.
If this Teferi doesn't bounce the Vortex, I would be very surprised. I go with a Rude. Resolves, and this is going back into your hand.
Does Teferi stop Discover?
Yes,
So that just shuts down Micah's full deck.
I believe so.
Okay.
But I mean, Micah can get through. I mean, this Goblin Shaman's not going to block a ball lightning very well.
True.
But Jake does have a counterspell in hand right now, and he has the Grixis Triome and I think that's a Steam Vents. It's the Clue one. If I
Yeah.
remember right.
But if Micah plays an elemental, he does have Cavern of Souls, so he can trample
Oh, that's
over
right.
and kill the Teferi and then set himself up for future turns. Because, like we said, Micah cannot do anything with that Teferi on the battlefield.
No, I wonder what Micah has in hand. I think we're going to see it right here. 3 mana. There's a ball.
There it is. Oh, he's going to. Oh, it's uncounterable. There, yeah, there you go. Yep, so that is uncounterable. But now Micah knows he has a counterspell.
Yeah. So now Micah's going to have to probably play his Monsters Vortex into this counterspell. Unless Micah, I don't think he's playing like any Veil Summer effects.
Definitely
he
not main
can.
ball. Maybe side, but definitely not main.
Main ball?
Main ball, that's what I said.
Pass the turn. Ball lightning to the bin. That's what ball lightning does. Jake's at 12. I mean, he's a good 3 ball lightnings from being dead.
Yeah. But he
gotta
does
find
have a flip fable, so that'll
He
help
has a
him
flip fable. He also
little
has
bit.
another fable in hand.
He's trying to turn through that deck, try to find that.
He also has a prismatic ending, I think, which is going to be really good versus this monstrous vortex because this deck makes all the colors, right?
I think so.
Pretty sure it has the ability to make all of it. Everything just has to be a mountain.
Yes. I think this game is still up in the air.
What if Micah? I think this game very heavily swings in Micah's favor. We look at Micah's list, see if he's playing the full 4 Cavern of Souls. If Micah finds another cavern, then I think he's in the money almost. Because then he can just go ball lightning, ball lightning, ball lightning, you're dead.
He does have 4.
Okay. He's also got this Karuga, which is just chilling there.
What is Karuga's stipulation on it?
Your entire deck has to have, I don't remember if it's permanents. I'm pretty sure it's just cards with CMC 3 or greater.
Okay.
So you can play like the Fire Ices and those things where they're individually separate mana costs, but they are still full value 4 to 5 mana, whatever it is.
Yeah, use the stomp petty theft type of cards that are the most famous out of those.
I think Micah found another Monstrous Vortex, so I think he has a decision here.
I think you just got to jam it.
Yep. Non-land cards with mana value 3 or greater.
Yep, he ran straight into the counterspell as expected, which is perfectly fine for Micah because he has a second one, and you got to get it out at some point.
Yeah,
you sit there and do nothing.
Jake gonna fetch, probably finding a survey land here. If you are ever confused about the life totals, refer to the tablet on the screen. I am bad about keeping up life totals, but the players will always be more correct than we will be.
Yep, always go with what's on the table. Don't listen to us.
I mean, listen to us, but don't refer to us.
So now it's Jake's turn. He looks like he's discarding cards to Fable. He's got to keep searching, keep churning, looking for the.
Welcome to the chat, Twisted. Glad to have you here. Of course, no problem. I love streaming. Kevin and I actually both chose to set out tonight for FNM to commentate. Kevin let another Impact Gaming Center team member borrow his deck Wizards for the night. I just came here to
just have fun.
Just to have fun. I can play Magic 5 days a week if I wanted to. I can only commentate one.
There's the dwarf mine we were talking about. It does, since he has plenty of mountains, he comes into play on tap, and so he gets that dwarf.
Yep.
Micah has enough to play both the Monstrous Vortex.
Here comes the Vortex.
And he has no counterspell.
How many players? I think 20, more than 20.
Oh, there it is.
I'll answer that question here in a second. We're gonna be going off.
So pretty much now Micah's just going to search for all the balls in his deck.
There's a ball.
Oh, Jake's figuring it out.
He goes, oh, we're going. There's a Carnosaur. There's a ball. There's a ball. Oh no.
Yeah, this is what it does.
Can he not hit Bone Crusher Giant?
I don't think he has that in his deck.
Yes, he does.
Does he?
There may be a reason you can't, but
he does not have it.
And Grabby, I don't know why. I mean, maybe he's Grabby Giant. Oh, it's Grabby Giant. That's what it is.
Yeah. So now you can kind of show him his whole deck because you do see it. So just like look through it, and then now you just swing and all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is 10 times 6?
60.
Wow. I have a master's degree. I don't do math. I sell candy for a living.
And then he's going to kill or he's trying to tap one down. I don't know why he didn't just kill 2 of them, but they all have
Holy
haste,
moly.
trample, 6/1s. You know, the good old fun things.
We're going to ship it back to the booth. See everyone in our beautiful faces, but not mine because
Nope,
apparently
just
I'm
me.
off to the side today.
I'm all that matters.
You're all that matters. That's fine. I don't
So
know.
that was fun. We got to see what the deck does.
Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier. You know, it's always kind of scary when you bring a homebrew to an event like this because, you know, I mean, there's a real chance Micah's Monsters Vortex gets countered. We got the control freak in the booth here really quick and to fix the camera for us. And if you would also be so kind to fix the problem with Scryfall. It's not popping up. You can say hi to the one. We got a couple new watchers in the chat, Alex.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, that's where the little camera.
Yeah. Oh, it's just me.
It's just Kevin tonight.
We don't care about you.
That's fine. I'm used to it. Oh. There we go. That's fine.
You're the best, Alex.
Thank you, Alex. What in the 12-ball brain melting? What's happening? I play MTGO and I've never seen what is happening. Cursed ads load. Give me 30 more seconds. Well, you can ignore ads if you subscribe to the channel.
That's true. Bezo bucks. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription a month.
But so to wrap, like, let's talk about what happened. So he played Vortex. So we're gonna have it for the next time. Huh? Just keep going. Okay, he just says keep going. Thank you, Alex.
Bring up on the other side again.
Oh no, I don't know how to do that.
Well, he said you know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, that looks right.
Screen projector program.
Bear with us. We're trying to fix
I'm
a
scared.
couple things
I'm
over here.
scared. I'm scared. Alex, do it. I'm scared. I'm so worried about messing something up.
You had it.
Yeah. Oh, it was so close.
You have to have confidence in yourself.
I don't want to screw something up in the middle of the performance. Oh, there he is.
Hey.
He's here to fix us. He's here to babysit. We're just toddlers in the booth. That's
Amazing.
professional.
Yeah, he's done a great job putting all this together.
Oh, they do amazing job here.
All right, so that 12 ball. What did you think of it?
I mean, if you do the thing, you do the thing.
Yeah.
The problem is Jake is gonna say, I mean, I guess there's 2 axes here. Number one, Micah's playing a kind of greedy mana base. He's playing basically Jund, right?
Yep.
So he's playing Jund. Jake could bring in some land hate and really hope that he could stop Micah on the mana axis. He could stop Micah on the Monsters Vortex. Because, I mean, number one, like the deck, if you're not vortexing, you're just kind of playing a bunch of
6/1s that
6/1s.
are easy to stop.
Yeah, like that get got by Fire Ice really, really efficiently.
Yep.
But
We're gonna head back down there.
Yep. But it was, I mean, that was really cool. I mean,
It was fun to see.
Yeah, I love seeing cool ads like this. I love people bringing them FNM. Every cool deck is just like a few events away from being a meta-defining deck. Because I think about like 2019. I mean, you were the humans guy forever.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that deck. It was not on the radar until the one guy won.
Magic Aid. No, it was Magic Aids. He was Magic Aids was a YouTuber, and he does a lot of content. Him and Spike do a lot of content.
Okay. But yeah, that was probably my favorite deck back in the day. That and Spirits were my two.
Oh yeah.
But now neither of them are very good.
Spirits had pioneer popularity for a little bit, but definitely. Okay, so we just got Bob and Final Fantasy. Do you think Aether Vial is too good for standard?
Probably not with Steel Cutter. But
I
if
could see that.
Steel Cutter wasn't in the format, maybe.
I don't even think. I mean, yeah, because people are gonna. You have the same removals can hit either one of them.
Yeah.
I just also don't think it does cheat on mana a lot, but there's also so many cool 3 to 4 mana creatures in standard you just cannot play because the removal is so focused on killing the little creatures, and the little creature removal also just kills all your 3-drops.
But the thing about it is like the only real good artifact hate is a braid. And so like
There's a braid. I think exercise is pretty good. There's also a lot of permanent
exercise
base.
hits the hand, doesn't it?
No, exercise is exile target are artifact enchantment or creature with power 4 or greater.
Oh, okay. That would work. But, like, that's a 3-drop.
It's a 2-drop. It's white
Two-drop?
1.
Okay, I'm way off on this. I'm thinking of
You're
different.
thinking of like Legion Dashes or something.
Something. I guess that could work. But I feel like there's... I don't know. I don't think there's enough artifact hate for Aether Vial to be in the format.
That's fair.
So we start with the... I think that's Jetmir Gardens.
Yep. We're going off with the pretty
Terra Thunder.
straightforward start here with getting some Triomes.
Terra
Terra
Thunder.
Center. Terra Center is a really good card. That's a card that's fallen. I mean, I think Domain still might play it, but the green-black decks are just kind of been erased from the format.
Yeah, they're not the best right now.
Well, it's weird when the green-black decks can't keep up with the creature decks, and but they can't grind with the domain decks very well.
Beans is a very powerful card.
Beans is a drug. Beans is nuts.
Yep.
All right, let's see. These are 2 decks that do nothing for like the first 3 turns of the game until they're going to do their thing.
Yep.
So I imagine for these first like 3 turns, we're just going to see a bunch of surveilling.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's just how Magic was intended. Land go, land go, land go. Oh, okay, let's do something now.
You're not. I mean, you are the control freak, but
That is not me. Wizards is not control. 2 different
it's
decks.
a tempo deck. I agree. As the creator of that deck, I agree. Ooh,
I should have never put you down as that.
dang. Not giving my credit where my credit's due. So Jake's going to have this come in untapped. What is he going to do here at instant speed? Unless he's shocking it in.
He is probably some sort
Early.
of token generator.
I
Trade
don't
treasure
know.
or something.
Genesis.
Planar
Planar
Genesis?
Genesis.
Yeah. It's pretty much
It's Growth Spiral
yeah,
with
not
extra
good.
steps.
not as good. Gross Bile, but yeah.
I think it's better.
Unless it's not the one I'm thinking of.
I don't know how to spell it.
You want me? Okay.
I sell candy for a living.
I don't know how to spell. I fix computers for a living. There it is. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. If you don't, put a card from among them into your hand. I guess it's good too.
I think it has less chances to whiff.
But Gross Bile,
Then-
you got both of them. You got land and draw. This one you get either or. But
Yeah,
like-
but you're drawing a card anyways.
What do you mean?
With this card, if you don't choose,
Yeah, if you don't put a land down, you draw a card. But I'm saying with Gross Bile, you draw a card
Okay,
and put a land down.
I mean,
So this is less likely to whiff, but Gross Bile, you got both.
I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh, I did see a Wear Tear in Jake's hand. That is going to be very
Yeah.
crucial in this match. And he's going to create a treasure token.
Grabby Giant. That's why we're playing. It's just 2 mana to make a treasure.
Yeah, it speeds the deck up.
Grabby Giant is a Wild of Eldraine draft common. What's up, BioAmp?
And if nothing else, like Grabby Giant is still a big creature,
Yep.
isn't it? So like, oh, there it is.
There's the tear or the where.
I don't know which one's which. I think it's probably the Wear. Yeah.
The enchantment removal side of the card is way better than the artifact removal side of the card, but the artifact removal is probably matters more.
It's even better when you can do both.
Oh, that card's really good.
The question is, does Jake have creativity this time? I'm not seeing
I
it.
see another Wear Tear. I see another Fire Ice. He's got a little Teferi. I think an Archon, and
A
I
land?
don't know what that last card is.
Kind of look like
I think it's Deduce.
Is it?
I think it's Deduce.
Oh, the special.
It's
art.
the magnifying glass frame one.
Oh, okay.
Independent Overlord of the Hauntwoods.
I mean, that ramps.
It does. Making everywhere.
Does he have the very expensive everywhere tokens?
Are they pricey?
They used to be. I don't know if they are.
I know they were kind of a little bit expensive.
There's the deduce. Draw a card, create a clue. It's just another token. Oh,
Okay, wait.
counterspell.
Yep. I'm gonna draw a card.
So it's just pretty much pay 4, draw 2. Not bad.
I mean, it's on rate for standard, but in this deck, it does exactly what you want. Micah's gonna get beaten down by this. That's not a dwarf. That looks like a
Goblin.
yeah,
An imp?
More like an imp to me, but I don't know.
One or the other.
It's a small red creature.
I think that would have been a really good time for Jake to slam down the Teferi. He has counterspell backup, and he has Fire and Ice in case he goes that way. So I'm not 100% sure.
Micah there almost played his Monstrous Vortex as a land.
So
Oh, who's up on games? My bad. Micah is up 1.
blue dot, wherever that's at.
There you go. Where's the blue dot? 0-0 is the player's round score.
Yeah, we're still in round 1.
We just started. At 7:51, but then again, have you ever seen a Magic event fire on time?
Magic players are always late.
I always say when you ever been to an event and there's like 20 minutes until the round starts and no one's there and you're like, oh, don't worry, this is like 4 hours of Magic player time.
Yeah.
Magic players never show up till the last minute, even to events they know they have to fill out deck lists.
Yeah, I kind of hate it. I wish.
I'm a staunch, if you're not 10 minutes early, you're 5 minutes late.
Yep. I think Jake is finally going to slam down this Teferi.
I mean, he kind of has to. What do you do here? Do you bounce the Overlord? You could bounce your Bitter Reunion.
I think you just uptick.
Just uptick? The problem
your hand is full, and you're not really too worried about the Overlord now. Maybe
No.
in a couple turns when it's off of impending, but there's no point. Oh, he's not going to play it. Never mind.
That's the play I agree by, man. That's what I would do Jake's job here is to churn through his deck, finding creativity, put an Archon to play, kill Micah in 2 turns.
That being said, there's no point in bouncing at that turn. You might as well do it your next turn. Because your Teferi stops his whole deck, so you want to make sure it stays high.
The extra Wear Tear and the counterspell you have in your hand stop his whole deck.
Where's counterspell? But like, I would rather if I knew I have Teferi on the battlefield, that's just one saved counter for something else.
I play to win. You play to take game actions.
What? But now the counterspell's out of his hand, and so he could have potentially saved that for something else.
You're wrong.
So the pending goes down to 1. So now Jake's got to do something about it next turn, though.
I love the impending keyword. I want more cards with impending. There's a creativity.
Is that what that was?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the headliner version, what's called from Outlaws.
So it's a 6/6, correct?
Archon is let's pull it up.
I believe it's a 6/6. It does 3 damage when it comes in, and it does 3 damage when it attacks. So that'd be 6, 19, 11. That'd be 12 damage. Put him down to 3. Because he can haste it as well.
Yep. This is Archon of Cruelty. It is an 8-mana 6/6 flying whenever it enters battlefield or attacks. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, planeswalker, discards a card, and loses 3 life. You draw a card and gain 3 life. It's like the best Titan that's ever been printed.
He creativitied after combat? So he doesn't want to give it haste this turn, which...
Yeah. Wait, this is a Terastodon.
Okay. It is.
So here is a card I'm sure all of you Commander players either love, no, you definitely know, but you either love or hate.
I think the trick with Terastodon is you destroy one of your own lands, you hit 2 of their things, and destroy one of yours, and that way you get a 3/3 and they only get 2 of them. But it looks like he only destroyed 2 of his, or 2 of Micah's, and didn't hit any of his own.
Oh. Sorry about that.
Oh, finger off the keys.
You get mad at me for typing it in wrong. You had no idea what you were doing there. I just watched Kevin.
Oh, there you go. It gets close enough.
Okay, Kevin got it
There we
close.
go.
Here's
That's all that
Terastodon.
matters.
I'm sure many of you probably know what this card does. It's pretty popular. But there's some elephants for Micah. Did we not make all the elephants?
No, he only destroyed 2 of the lands because there's no point in destroying the other 2. And you don't want to give him 3 of them because then he can just triple block the Terastodon.
They trade with the Terastodon. But I like your idea of blowing up one of your own just so you're a parity.
Yep.
But this Terastodon is going to trade with this grabby giant and an elephant anyways. Or no, it's going to trade with all 3, but...
And Jake does have the Teferi to bounce one of the tokens if he wants to.
I'm sad Impending was only on a single cycle. I think Impending is a cool enough mechanic. We'll see it come back in like supplemental sets.
4 years from now.
Yeah, but they're gonna do it better, which is kind of the thing they normally do.
There's the Teferi.
There's little T. Little T will bounce.
I think one of the tokens. It's free. Nice and easy.
Yep. Put that back in your hand. Oh wait.
It gone. So now, I think Jake can kind of breathe easy. I don't see Micah going off anytime soon.
No, now Micah has to figure out either has to get another one of his vortexes or he has to beat him down with balls.
He has to kill the Teferi before he does the vortex, though.
That's true.
How big is that giant?
It's a 4/3.
Just 4.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And it looks like he has 2 more wear tears in his hand.
Jake has a handful of cards. Jake's hand is stacked right now. I think Jake's goal is just control the board until I can just play an Archon. There's a ball.
Where was the ball? But he does have the Fire and Ice for it, so he can either ping it or tap it.
Oh, this is gonna feel really bad for you here, Micah.
Yep. Let's just kill both of them here.
Boop boop.
And this is kind of showing you why you don't ever really see these balls. And
without they're not good at just like basic combat.
Yeah, it's easy to stop. And you just sometimes you just take the 6 and you're like, okay, whatever, and then just keep going.
Yeah.
You draw 2 Archons.
Kind of interesting for Jake to play Terastodon, because I feel like a lot of these creativity decks want to hit the same card every time. Like I know sometimes they'll do a thing where they'll side out if Archon's bad, which there are very few matchups where Archon's bad, but there are matchups where you take all of your Archons out and you put in different cards.
Like this Terastodon.
Like Terastodon, which I feel like I think like Woodfall. I kind of like Woodfall Primus more. It's Woodfall Primus is the persist one. When it enters, you destroy a non-creature permanent, and then it has persist. So when it dies, it comes back and does it again.
Yeah. The problem is that only hits 1 compared to 3.
Yeah.
Potentially 3.
But then you're also not giving your opponents dudes.
That's also true.
Which, I mean, if your Terastodon gets exiled, giving a bunch of 3/3 is really scary. Yeah, Archon's going to be a castable card soon, which is the weird thing about these creativity decks, where they're just like, playing an Archon for free is fine and all, but sometimes I'm just going to play one.
Yeah, and plus with Jake upticking to Teferi, he could technically make it this Terastodon into an Archon at his end step.
That's true, because he can instant speed with the Teferi. There's another land for Jake.
Is that castable now?
No, it's 8. He's at
8.
7. We're gonna shock. Kevin, you put it to 6. That was a 9, buddy.
My bad. I can't read.
You can't read. I can't spell. We're the best commentators they have tonight. We're the only commentators they have tonight, but they count for something.
Yeah. What is he trying to do? Is the question. I think he's just looking
what he has in his hand. Play this Fable.
I was going to Fable, then probably
discard some Archons, bring them back, give him haste, make you dead.
Well, I was going to say he's going to creativity it, make Micah sack his creature and then swing with the giant elephant, and should be game.
I could just make copies of Terastodon, which I don't think is a great idea, but What if Terrastodon had trample?
It would be really. I mean, it'd be the same, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd say it'd be amazing, but just kind of fill the same shoes.
What about Terrastodon makes more elephants? Because look at this card. There's just one elephant on there. How does it make more?
You know, I don't work for WotC, so I don't know.
It's just like one of those art is imperative sort of things. Micah gonna draw some cards off this Karuga. Karuga is a hippo, right? Instant speed. Here's an Archon.
I feel like he missed lethal though. He could have done that at the beginning of combat or any time during his turn.
I'm sure he had a reason for it.
Okay.
Jake's the best Archon player or creativity player I know. Oh, there's a Valgavoth.
What is that? Oh, is that the flying moth thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jake's just playing every single weird creature he has access to. Micah's throwing his cards on the ground.
So yeah, I guess there were no more Archons in his sideboard. Why is it directly on me?
Yeah, but now I can move it.
Yeah, and zoom out.
And zoom out. Why is it so zoomed in?
I don't know. That was weird.
Whoa.
There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All the way. All the way out. Okay, now it's
back to Kevin.
I don't know why this camera loves me so much.
It senses movement and you're bouncing around.
I'm not even moving.
There we are.
There we go.
What's up, everybody?
We finally figured it out.
I'm still learning the ropes on this. I think I know I'm pretty good at it, but I'm definitely not. No, I'm not the control freak expert that Alex is. Control freak expert. Handsome casters, true. It's probably reflecting the light off your bald head, Kevin.
Okay, anyways. So that time we got to see what creativity does. You play a thing, create another thing, blow up some things, and yeah. That's all you got to do.
That's creativity in a nutshell. I mean, there's not a whole lot create. At first this deck was creative, and now it's just activity.
You were about to make a very bad joke.
Non-creative? I don't think I was going to go into that. I think the joke was just bad to begin with, but I don't think it was going to go anywhere.
Oh, well.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Kevin.
It had nothing to do with anything. So we're sideboarding game 3. I don't think they're going to have very many changes.
Yeah, I think Jake's plan is pretty much the same. Keep the enchantment off the table. Micah's plan is hit you with a bunch of 6/1s.
Yeah, if he can land an early Skelemental, hit him, make him discard 2, that can put Jake really far behind. But it is a 3-drop, so he'll have Fire and Ice up. Anything else that's in that deck up, Counterspell.
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh,
Roll
there's
through the table, see what's going on out in the Impact world. We got 12 minutes left on the clock. You can see the microphone off to our right, Micah's left, but that's the mic we're hearing them talk out of. There's some Pokemon standee next to it. I think a new One Piece set just actually came out today. Yeah, there's a couple people playing D&D.
And sometimes they have Warhammer here as well. Like a little Warhammer, like Tabers.
Are you a Warhammer fan at all?
Not really. It's fun, but
I like the
long.
novelty of it.
Yeah.
I would never pay for it.
Yeah. The problem is, it's like we already have a hobby that costs money, so it's like it's hard to get into another hobby like that because that can cost quite a bit of money.
I mean, it's not only is it a money investment, it's a time investment too.
Yeah, it's hard. It's decently hard to keep up with every format in Magic, so I could not imagine keeping up with that and the top armies in War.
I feel like Warhammer. I feel like you only care about this if you're a competitive player. Most Warhammer players I know have their this is the faction I enjoy playing, and I'm just gonna play as faction. This is another card from Throne or Wilds of Eldraine. It just says play a land.
Got to get up to 4 mana quick.
Yeah. Well, you have to play a bunch of non-traditional ramp pieces. So you have to play these like grabby giants, and I have no idea what that card's called. We could look it up in the list if we want to, but the most important part is it's 2 mana, put a land on your hand for the battlefield.
I'm on it. Let me look. Not this one.
That scene had music. That's weird. I think they're doing some work on the back end with a couple of the camera views, and sometimes the music gets put into ones it's not supposed to.
Yeah, Beanstalk Worm. You may play an additional land this turn.
Well, half that card's good. Beanstalk.
Just bean.
The worm part of it, I'm a little less suspect of.
I mean, it's a 5 mana, 5/4 for with reach. So, at the end of the day,
It's a fine body,
yeah,
but you're playing it because you get to put a land out.
yeah, you
Jake,
don't really care about the other part.
Micah might have a pretty quick vortex here, but Jake's got a counterspell. Is that your counterspell of choice that Jake has in hand?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
No. I prefer the SpongeBob versions. Of
Yeah,
it.
you got 4 of the cool one. That's
Let's try.
counterspell, buddy.
Yeah, but I wanted to look up the specific art. Yeah, see? Oh. This is.
If you don't
mine.
know about this wonderful artwork that was created,
The other one I have is the Doctor Strange ones. Those are also pretty cool.
did you get 4 of those?
Yeah, I have 4 of them.
This is the Doctor Strange one. I
would be using this if it wasn't for the SpongeBob ones.
Yeah.
So I'll probably mix and match throughout the years, but those are my 2 favorite.
I feel like we're gonna get another batch of superhero themed counterspells when we get to the actual superhero theme sets.
So Micah is going to go ahead and cast the Vortex, and it looks like Jake is fetching up. I think he needs to get rid of the land. There it goes. And yeah, just easy counterspell. Get that out of here. I'm not trying to lose on turn 3.
Yep, I agree. Too bad Cavern of Souls doesn't work for enchantments.
That would be pretty strong. They do have that new land where you tap blue, and the next spell you cast is uncounterable.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, that'd be
I don't think Micah
very
could play it.
difficult to play in a mana
Yeah.
base like this because traditionally most of your ball cards are incredibly mana intensive.
Yeah, it's like triple green, triple red, or double black and red. I think are the 3.
Yeah. He needs to play Beseiju. Beseiju's not bad, but it's a colorless land.
Yeah. Yeah.
The old Beseiju, not the
Beseiju, the old one.
Beseiju who shelters all.
I think that's right. We can look it up. Even though that has nothing to do with this game. So
There's a
Jake's
Beseiju who shelters all and Beseiju who endures, but Jake's just going to play out a Fable of the Mirrorbreaker.
Jake did tap out, and then he's just going to destroy it. Okay, Micah just destroys the enchantment, but like you're not getting the extra value from it.
I think that counterspell's kind of disrupted Micah's main plan here.
Yeah, because if he didn't just counterspell that, and then yeah, he has I believe it was a ball lightning in his hand.
And we're going to just play a little no creativity this turn, but we're going to bounce the Foundation Breaker, which is
it's a rough one to bounce.
Yeah. Oh, but then Jake just drew a creativity. I think this game is going to be wrapping up probably the next turn or 2.
But we'll see. Especially with that treasure token. So now Jake has ice or fire up, and so if Micah slams down one of the balls, it's easily countered or easily stopped. Not really countered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
This feels like a really, really rough matchup for Micah.
Yeah.
Just a deck that is all removal, all interaction, except for the 10 to 12 cards it's not.
Yep. All Jake's trying to do is just been like, you're not doing your thing, and then okay, you're done. I'm going to do my thing. And
Yeah.
That's not great for Micah.
Unfortunately for Micah, who's playing the complete linear combo, I do the best thing, or the secondary plan is really, really bad.
Yeah. Always have to have a backup plan. So now Micah, he has to kill the Teferi, and I think that's what he's trying to do here with that ball lightning he's about to play. And like I said, Jake has the fire and ice in his hand.
Yeah.
Just tap it down, draw a card.
Yeah, don't have to. All I know is smash. All I do. There's Beseiju, put Karug in my hand. Best turn.
I mean, Karuga is a backup plan.
It's a backup plan, but I don't think it's it's nowhere near the realm of like Luris. And the problem is when you play Karuga, you're not going to draw any cards in this deck because your permanents aren't really sticking around.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's just a 5-mana 5/4 for most intents and purposes. Does Karuga trigger off itself?
Yes, I believe it does.
So It is a 5-mana 5/4 draw card, which is not really on rate for being a great modern card, but
It's not great. It's not the worst thing ever, but
no.
I think it does count or trigger off itself. We can double check if you want to.
It's Karuga, K-E-R, I think.
Okay.
I think it was Karuga. UGA.
We'll find out. Hey.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. It's each other permanent you control with converted mana cost 3 or. Okay.
So Karuga doesn't trigger off itself. It's
That
just
is-
a 5-mana 5/4.
Yeah, that is not what the card. I thought it like drew every time you played one.
No, it's a one-time hits. This is one of those companions not absurdly broken.
No,
It's a more fair card.
if it was broken, it'd be banned like Luris and Yorion, and I think those are the only two. No, the 5/5 is also banned.
Gigantha.
Yeah.
Gigantha, I don't think was banned for power level. I think it was just banned for the pure fact that
It was free.
it was too free.
Yeah. It was really good in energy, as well as storm.
It just has no restrictions on it. Like the restriction was you didn't play 1 or 2 cards, but for the most part, it didn't really matter.
There's the 4/5 worm, and then here comes
Instant speed, creativity for 3.
Ooh.
Micah says, "Go ahead and do it."
Depending on what he hits, this is going to be game.
I don't think there's a world where he whiffs.
I mean, he just had to hit 1 Archon to make him sacrifice that 1 blocker he has, because now they're going to come in that can easily do 12 damage. Oh,
Oh my gosh, he hit 3 different ones.
those are fun. So now he gets to draw a card.
He's gonna draw a card. He's gonna blow up some things. He's gonna make some elephants. He's gonna gain some life. And I don't think Valgavoth has an ETB, but you're not gonna kill it. But
There it is.
that is gonna wrap us up for round number 1 here at Impact Gaming Center. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch right now, which we have some brand new viewers and people watch the first time, make sure you follow the channel. If you are not subscribed with your free Amazon Prime, give us some of those Bezos bucks. And if you're not, I don't know, subscribe anyways. The channel's got something going on it basically every night. If you're into Pokemon, if you're into fighting games, they do Beyblade here. So if you're ever in the St. Louis area and you want to check it out, Impact Gaming Center, it's like 20 minutes from the city center, not too far.
Not too far.
In Fairview Heights, Illinois. If
Right
you
off the interstate, which is very nice.
Super quick, easy to get to. If you like the cards today, if you're like, man, I want to play some Ball Lightnings, I want to play some Realm Breakers, if I want to play some Lightning Skelementals, you can pick them up at impactgamingcenter.gg. Other than that,